Hello, darkness, my old friend. Good evening, dark creatures of the night. How are you doing this fine time of the year? Feeling spooky or feeling scared? Feeling more like a Harley Quinn costume or like a Stranger Things related one? We here on the other stage feel rather bloodthirsty and music playlist thirsty. And now we present to you a Halloween playlist, the Vampire Edition. Why vampires, you ask? Do I really need to answer that question though? They live forever, they don't need to waste time on sleeping. They're good looking, they're rock stars according to Only Lovers Left Alive. They're rich and family oriented according to the Twilight Saga. And they're hilarious according to What We Do in the Shadows. There are lots of art inspired by vampires. There's so many famous figures out there. So yeah, they're kind of awesome, and if you disagree, go somewhere else and boo-hoo about it, okay? We're starting off our music vampire journey with some obvious themed songs about blood, sucking blood, being a vampire, being a famous vampire, the vampire life, and the vampire origins. They say that the first vampire came through in Transylvania, which is in Romania, if you didn't know that. And the one and only Tyler, the Creator, kind of in a greatly, but at the same time in a gory manner, which afterwards got him into some troubles, taught us through Dracula's everyday life in his Transylvania track from his Goblin album. One of my most favorite bands in the world, Gorillaz, also have a song about Dracula, which is way less aggressive and gory, but instead it's a beautiful, chill, a little bit eerie, almost fully instrumental track from one of their B-sides albums. Earlier this year, The Last Shadow Puppets also explored a little bit of Dracula's presence in Dracula Teeth track, a very dramatic and sexual take on the topic. And obviously, one of the coolest track ever made by a rock band, VLAD the Impaler by Kasabian, a song from their West Rider Pauper Lunatic Asylum album. It's phenomenal, and if you haven't seen the music video starring Noel Fielding, what are you waiting for? Get loose, get loose! On less VLAD-oriented tracks, but still all vampire-y, we have My Chemical Romance, huge callback to a year of 2006. But I guess 2006 was like a pick, at least for me. This is how I remember it. MCR have this track called Vampires Will Never Hurt You from their debut album. I'm not sure about vampires not hurting anybody. All the stories say quite the opposite, but since Jared Way said so, I don't even know anymore. Another rock band loving the blood and blood suckers is Queens of the Stone Age. In 2013, they had this incredible interactive music video on one of the tracks from the album Like Clockwork called The Vampire of Time and Memory. A beautiful track, by the way, and you gotta check out the video. If you're thinking right now that so far all the vampire-related songs are quite dark, rockish, too eerie for you, you are wrong. Not all of them. This next one, called Vampire by Nightmare, is completely opposite to that. It's funky, it's fun, it's danceable, and the video for the track is legendary. Vampires do have fun, but in majority, songs about taking away blood from your body are quite dark. Yeah, what can you do? Radiohead, alternative rock legends themselves, explored this topic a little bit on their track We Suck Young Blood from Hail to the Thief album. In the playlist here on YouTube, we've added a fan video interpretation of this song. It's quite dark and sad, but yeah, it's great. Check it out. Don't get depressed though, we've got you back with the Wombats and their track called Tokyo, Vampires and Wolves from 2010. The Wombats love indie pop rock tunes and adventures, and they actually go to one in the music video for the track, and I actually really like this song from them. It's great. More melancholic and acoustic vampires lay in the tracks like Vampire Forest Fire by Arcade Fire, Aya. It's from the earlier material, yeah, of 2005 to be more precise. The song is quite folky, so yeah, in our vampire playlist, everyone can find something for themselves. In 2006, Arctic Monkeys released their Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not album, which is a fucking great indie rock album. And on that album, there's a track called Perhaps Vampires Is a Bit Strong, but where Alex Turner thrives and calls us all vampires. Perhaps it is a bit strong, cause you know, we wish. Australian indie folk sensation RYX, or is it Rix? If anybody know that, let me know in the comments. I'm really sorry. I think it's RYX though. That sounds cooler than Rix or RYX, Rex. Let us know. He got this beautiful, almost like veil structured track called Vampires on his 2013's Berlin EP. I've never heard that track before, but now I actually kind of fell in love with it. Another vampire song I have a huge crush on is Fill My Gums With Blood by Brit's Genga from the debut record. It is a vampire love story and I like everything about that track. The music video for the song is also very lovely. Next one is not your average vampire rock or folk or even pop song. It's Gucci Mane, man! He has a track called Vampire and it is about vampires. I really love a 90s century styled hip-hop swag music video for this track. I think that would work really well. All the next tracks I'm about to present to you in this video might not be that blood-sucking and vampire-centered, but still somehow connects to our theme today. And here I'd like to put False first with the Heavy Water track from the wildly great debut album Antidotes. There are various lyrics about vampires in the track, like we communicate, and she dreams of empty swings around. We communicate with vampires and their guns. Claire Boucher, more known as Grimes, also has a vampire-y track, probably my favorite Grimes track ever. Kill V Mame is a track written from the perspective of Al Pacino in The Godfather Part 2, except he's a vampire who can switch gender and travel through space, according to Grimes herself. The video for the track, directed again by Grimes herself and her brother, is this fantastic cyberpunk vampires having fun and losing their minds kind of music video. The rock professionals, yes, have a song called Buried Alive from the Mosquito album. This psychotic track includes a verse from Dr. Octagon, where he rhymes, lights on the top flash purple and green, purple in mean rise with the vampires, look over the skies from a high rise. Our favorite ASAP Rocky, as quite a bunch of other modern hip-hop artists, loves to rhyme about vampires and bloodsuckers, like in his Clams Casino produced track called Palace from Live Love ASAP, on about 1 minute 10 seconds of the song, something like that. Jay-Z did his blood-sucking theme on Kanye's Monster. The line is legendary in my opinion. This is probably my favorite line from a song, besides maybe Nicki Minaj in it. Kanye himself did rap about vampires when he was invited as a featured artist on the remix version of In For The Kill by La Rue. The experimental gods, Death Grips, who I just could not include them in this, you know? On the Culture Shock track from Ex-Military album, there's a line, and I'm not gonna read the whole lyric because it's Death Grips, you know, I'm just gonna... My thoughts tie knots in silver spoons, a vampire on the rise. For all the other, you gotta listen to the track. In 2010, Earl Sweatshirt releases his debut album, where there's a track with some beautiful instrumental called Moonlight. And on Moonlight, there's a lyric. The song is also a little bit gory, and if you are like this white mom who is really upset about Vince Staples' song, then you probably shouldn't listen to that. But yeah, there's a little line. Bitter feelings all through my vampire teeth, Saber. Childish Gambino did a vampire rhyme 2 times, once on his quite amazing early The Stand track with taking a bite out of a crime, so all criminals better hold up. I'd be riding forever like a vampire on a bus. Cheesy as fuck, but still good. And the other time on the track called For The Fans with I'm just a rapper so I'm not speaking and I won't stop like a vampire's weekend. I guess talking about Vampire Weekend, the band breaking up. Vampire Weekend, by the way. Why were they called the Vampire Weekend? What was vampire about them. I still don't really understand that. To a much more pop version of the vampire music, a callback to 2009 when Lady Gaga released her The Fey Monster album, where one of the tracks, Dance in the Dark, not the biggest Lady Gaga tune but still, has references to vampires such as Run, run, her kiss is a vampire grin. The moon lights her way while she's howling at him. If you are more into earlier decades of music, try and listen to the song called Torture by The Cure from the Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me 1987's record, where in the chorus of the track, Robert Smith sings, hanging like this, like a vampire bat, hanging like this, hanging on your back. I'm helpless again. Giving all the emo feelings out. Another legendary rock band, the Stone Roses, speak about their vampire love on one of their latest singles called Beautiful Thing. It's a beautiful thing that I say bye-bye. Hear me. It's a beautiful thing, so I stay so high. Soul-sucking vampire. Another vampire included song from this year is Wolf Mother, with the best of a bad situation, with the lyrics like, I walked around for a day or two with cold and sleepy eyes. I saw the vampires gather round with the alibis. One of the older tunes, but not that old as The Cure, for example, in the 80s. British indie legends Block Party did Song for Clay on their 2007's A Weekend in the City, a track with some fast, racing, raw rock energy. And the lyrics of the track at some point compares East London to a vampire, which is, I think it's a cool metaphor. And last but not least today, Glass Animals, band so wildly loved by us this summer. On the 2012's album called Leaflings, Glass Animals have this track, Golden Antlers, and the chorus from the track says, these creatures are vampires, they're killing by the night, they're falling from the dead trees to silhouette your life. Some great lyricism right there. And yeah, that's all we got, but I think it's quite enough for now. If you know any other vampires related tracks, let us know in the comments down below or by mentioning us on Twitter. You can find a special playlist with all the mentioned tracks either by looking up the description, clicking right here in the corner, or going to our SoundCloud page. Yes, we do have SoundCloud. You can also like and share this video, and you can subscribe to our channel for more cool music related stuff. Happy Halloween everyone, keep trick or treating, and let's do the time warp again. Peace off.